Hello, and welcome to a new series here on the Guizarm channel, in the Kaiserreich mod for Hearts of Iron 4. In today's episode and this series, we will be playing as the French Republic. And without further ado, let's get started on the reading. Fleeing the new Commune of France, the whole apparatus of state and French military embarked with the Navy of Algiers in 1919. Here, the politicians decided to start from scratch again, and thus claiming the Fourth Republic in exile, but while still claiming the motherland is still allied to the British. Soon, with most of the refugees being either nationalist, authoritarian, or both, the military seized power under the leadership of Ferdinand Foch, followed by the victor of Verdun, Philippe Pétain. Will national France be ready to retake the motherland despite the discontentment of the natives, maybe helped by the young guard of de Gaulle? Yes, they will. And that's the goal of the campaign, is to retake the motherland. And then, if Germany's still around, kill them off. Because, you know, they're Germany. And we're France. Alright, let's get started. Regular difficulty. Historical AI focuses. And start. We can call this Iron Man French Republic 1, sure. Okay, let's get started. So we start with 3 research slots. Not the greatest. We're going to start with construction, production, and electronics engineering. Free civilian factories. Let's see what our development is like. So we have 50%, so 5, 5, 3, 3. Okay, so not very good, basically. So, let's see. I think we're going to start with just building some civilian factories. Just in the early game, because I think you should build civilian factories, then start building development infrastructure, and then start building military factories on top of the infrastructure. But that's just my personal playstyle. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's build one here. And actually, I take that back. Let's not do that, because having some insider knowledge on this, I know for a fact that that part of the country will rebel against us in a while. This whole section of the interior of the country. So let's not build in Mauritania. And instead, build some civilian factories in Ivory Coast. Okay, and that should be plenty for our civilian factories at the beginning. We have 7 at the start. Let's go for military factories. Okay, we're definitely going to want some weapons equipment. Start with 3. Let's look at our divisions before we start training anything up. Let's see. We've got a tank division with motorized. We have a infantry division with just infantry. Infantry division with light tanks. Okay. A mountaineers division and a cavalry division. And also marines. Alright. So, I'm thinking let's train up the Guerre Blindée Division des Infantry. It's kind of rhyming, anyway. And we will build them up in Constantine. And let's just do 1 for now. So, we're going to need infantry equipment, and we're going to need light tanks. So let's get the light tank 1. Let's get some factories on that. And my playstyle, I'm actually going to do this campaign by industrializing really hard. So, well, maybe it doesn't make sense because we're going to be conquering the Commune of France, and that will give us tons of factories. So maybe it's not as important to originally get the factories off the ground. So we're going to be going full wartime, actually. So we will be trading for our resources. That's basically what I was leading up to, is whether or not to trade for resources or to keep the civilian factories for ourselves. So we will be trading for our resources. And what else are we going to need? Are we going to want aircraft? We're going to need dockyards for sure. We have 50 convoys. We might need some more. Let's get up to like 75 convoys before we start building any ships. And then, what else do we need? We're definitely going to need some support equipment. Let's get that up there. And yeah, let's just get support equipment, light tank, and infantry. And eventually we'll try to get some artillery going as well. Alright. So that's set up. Let's look at our list of focuses. So, Southern Conscription gets event Southern Conscription. So we have the De Gaulle plan, which I believe is the one focused on conquering the motherland, so to speak, or the Darien plan, which is much more focused on focusing on defending our holdings from possible threats instead of recklessly forcing our forces on enemy lands. Where the De Gaulle plan is the military high command will follow the recommendations of General De Gaulle, focusing on building our military forces to retake our homeland. Yes, that will be the one that we will be doing. But for now, we are going to want industry first. Actually, it's a difficult question because we're starting as a country that's not even doesn't have its homeland and doesn't have its core factories. So it might actually be better to start with conscription to get some troops off the ground. Preparing the liberation. Return to Paris, return to Marseilles, seize Spanish Morocco, seize Portuguese Guinea, seize German Morocco. Not a bad idea. Okay. Control Spanish Africa, okay. Let's do... This is really tough. We don't want to spend too much time thinking about it, so let's just do infrastructure, civilian factories. I think we do want to build some civilian factories off the ground, so let's get the industry going. Unassigned divisions. Okay, let's group up all of them. Well, let's just go here and say, okay, you guys are going to be the guard troops, so you will be here with our worst general, so this old guard guy, and you will be guarding, nope, garrison area, nope, that's not what we want, garrison area, why can we not, oh, there we go, it's clicking the wrong way, sorry about that. Okay, fill up all the areas, and hopefully they will choose the most important areas to guard. Let's get guard naval bases, yes. Coastline, yes. Forts, not so important. Air bases, not so important. And not attempt to low resistance. Guard victory points, yes, okay. So that's what they will do. And then the rest of them are infantry, motorized, and marines and mountaineers. We will put into this army. We'll have a new theater. We'll have homeland. And then we will put you under the best general that we have. So you are an old guard. Let's go with Alphonse Juin or Jean de Latter de Tassigny? Yeah, sure. I like the look of this guy. He looks kind of, I don't know, happy. Jean Touzet du Viguier. Alright. Once again, gonna butcher all these names. No template for support equipment. Missing equipment being produced without a template. Oh, support equipment. Okay, got it. And let's go. Actually, we do have a motorized division, so we might want to lower down support equipment, get a motorized, get that up there, and then are we missing anything else? I don't think so. Okay. And then we need aluminum. Let's go with the, definitely not the Commune of France. Let's go with the Caribbean Federation. Sure. And then we need rubber. And let's go with the Netherlands. Hopefully they won't go to war or join the Syndicalists. And then, what else do we need? Oil. And we will go to Venezuela. There we go. Okay, now, finally, we can get unpaused and begin this campaign. Alright. Oh, and we should also have you guys... let's just have you garrison area right there. Turn a piece. Get the Kaiser team. Great job, lads. Let's do... I want to do everything, but we won't be reading events that we read in the last game. Campaign. The Third Republic ended in a way it began, defeated by German arms, and facing communist revolution at home. In the aftermath of the French communal revolution, the whole apparatus of state and French military sheltered in Marseille quickly embarked with the French navy to Algiers, fleeing the newly created. After the peace negotiations with Germany, the French refugee politicians decided to start from scratch again, proclaiming the French Fourth Republic, in exile in Africa but claiming the French motherland. Soon it was obvious that the parliamentarian regime was outdated. As the exiled leading politicians were mainly nationalists and authoritarian, the military subsequently seized the executive powers under the leadership of popular Marshal Ferdinand Foch. After his death in 1929, the victor of Verdun, Philip Pétain, took his place, helped by his protege, Admiral François Darlan. Although the military regime of the French Republic in exile, still allied with the British monarchy in exile, has coalesced and stabilized, it still faces numerous threats. Will National France be ready to retake the fatherland in spite of the increasing troubles with the native populations tired of French authority, or with the young guard represented by Colonel Charles de Gaulle? Senest qu'un leger contretemps? Sure. Right. Oh, and we should check our navy. How good is our navy? It's pretty big. Pretty sizable. Let's get you to here. And you to here. You will be under command of the Seawolf. Yes. And you... the assassination of President Kerensky. We've seen that before. You will be under the command of... let's see. Let's go with the Superior Tactician. Alright. Go with the 8th Crown King of Britain. Profits from legation cities. Ah, this is the same one. The same event that we got as Japan. Let the money flow. Consumer goods factories minus 5%, factory output plus 5%, and political power plus 20. Very good. These are the guard units. Where are you guys going? Black Monday. Oh, we got that one before. The Emirate of Afghanistan declared war on the Dominion of India. Yes, it's going to go terribly, as always. That's one of the wars that you can know what's going to happen. Okay. Sorlians elected in France. The Commune of France is the world's leading syndicalist nation, united as a federation of city communes and directed by the Comité de Salut Public, the chief executive. Ever since its inception, however, the Second Commune was not uniform in its policy. Numerous factions arose, each one with their own idea of which path France should take. As the time for revenge against Germany and the World Revolution closes in, the election of 1936 was set to be very important. The replacement of the disgraced Marceau Pivert arose from the Sorelians, who now hold the majority in the CSP. The Sorelians are orthodox syndicalists and wish to forge a more centralized state with the Bourse General du Travail, the parliament, as the chief institution. Interesting. And the Afghani war. You guys are just guarding the coast. Good. Don't know why you guys decided to trade places, but whatever. The AI will do what the AI will do. Liberia. So the goal might be to conquer Africa and some Germany. Remilitarization of Eltenia and industrial expansion. Good. Let's get the... Expand the metal industry, military factories, and a research slot. I think we will be going down the industry focus first. All the way. Not so far as... Here, let's see. What's this do? Factory output plus 2%. The First International Congress. And, ooh, more civilian factories. That might be worth it. As might be the synthetic refinery and the oil in the Sahara. Maybe we will fill out this entire industry tree. It's just too good. Okay, mechanical engineering. Let's get the next minus research time, 3%. Dominion of India took 4 states. Wait a second, did they take the whole thing? Yep. Alright, Dominion of India. You're aggressive. Moklik declared war on Mongolia. So it's either one way or the other. Not as many events as in Japan. Okay, so the greater autonomy. So this is the same one as we got last time. The Welsh poet got elected in Britain. Okay, Roots Department. The Arab Congress. The Arab Congress. Planned by Arab nations in Egypt, the Arab Congress is an event in Cairo where delegates from all Arab nations convene to discuss the situation and preserve the preservation of the Arab culture and identity. Unfortunately, this awakened unwanted nationalism in our Arabic-speaking provinces. We've lost enough land to the Germans and the syndicalists. These areas will not have our lands. Minus 100 political power. Alright. Basic machine tools. Oh, wrong thing. Let's get concentrated industry. And then let's get the civilian factories. How is our party popularity? Okay, so authoritarian Democrat, social conservatives, paternal autocrats, national populists, 3%. We'll see what the focuses make us do. Land doctrine, does it change any of our politics? Reinforce the Entente. Political power. International sharing technology. Research time minus 5%. Interesting. Alright. And now we will get... Let's start on our doctrines. So, we're going tanks and infantry. Let's go mobile warfare doctrine. French Republic. The dirigisme is done. So that's a bunch of civilian factories added to our holdings. Let's get the Dakar to Algiers Airway for the factory output and one in infrastructure, but mostly for the expand the airway to get those 2 civilian factories. Let's look at our construction now. We're blazing through these civilian factories. Very good. It looks like these guys have finally reached where they wanted to go. Concentrated industry. Okay, so we have all of the industry that we need for now. Engineering, what else do we want? Let's get the support weapons. Actually, ooh, even though we wasted a day, we should really get the 1936 light tank. Yeah, wasted that 1% progress, but it's okay. It's worth it for the tanks, since light tanks are going to be a big part of our army. Speaking of which, how is our unit doing? Okay. Let's continue adding. Canadian Commonwealth declared war on Denmark. Okay. Oh, for Greenland. They probably demanded it, and then Greenland said no. I mean, Denmark said no. Okay, we're just blazing through time here. Man, there's a lot less events for the French Republic than there was for the Japan. But I guess Japan was in a tense political situation. Although we are too, so. Unfulfilled trade imports. What is this? Venezuela is no longer delivering us oil. Why are you no longer? Because you're socialist now. Is that the reason? Okay, let's oil, let's go for the United States. Also, I think we have enough convoys now, so let's destroy this line and start building. What do we want? So we're gonna need to be. Let's get the battle cruisers. Get 2 of those on the case, and we will need to trade for some chromium. So chromium. Let's go with the South African Federation. 8 factories. 8 chromium. Here we go. Dakar to Algier airway, and expand the airway. We are climbing up in political power, about to go to even. We didn't actually lower instability despite the bad event, which is nice. Province of location cities, political unrest. Despite the best efforts of our military government, discontent is rising in the Fourth Republic's population. Okay. Unassigned divisions, you're going to go to Homeland. There we go. Let's see if this reaches top for the trading. It definitely is, so let's go add another one. What we don't want is equipment going to waste. We do have limited manpower, but still, we want to build as many troops as we can. Hopefully there will be some ideas to expand our population. Probably this southern conscription. Shangjing Tingqiao took 7 states. Alright. Let's get... It's November. We do need this infantry equipment though. So let's get that. And let's look what happened on the map. The Shangjing Tingqiao took states from who? South Jingji? No, they didn't. Oh, this is. Oh, they took South China from the Germans. That is interesting. China first. Interesting. Right. So the Germans are starting off not so strong on the world stage, at least. All right. Let's see, what's the bottleneck? It's actually not light tanks. Expand the airways, it's done. Let's go and get Algerian war industry. To reconquer our homeland, we need to produce more weapons than the traders against us. Funding new factories should help us reduce the difference between us and them. And we will need to build some airplanes. Okay, let's build another one. Let's just go up to 5. There we go. We'll see if that is enough. Production. So we're making infantry equipment. We might want to start building some artillery. Yeah, so let's build some artillery. Let's get that up. And then, what else are we going to need? Some airplanes. Syndicalists take over the Netherlands. Dang it. The Netherlands have reached the boiling point. The Socialists have stormed the capital with the French and British equipment and volunteers. The fate of the royal Dutch family is yet unknown. The faith. Faith? I think that's supposed to be fate. As rumors say, they intend to escape to the loyalist Dutch East Indies. Curse them. Okay. So that means that our trading partner is probably going to stop trading with us. Yep. Knew it. So which one was that? That was rubber. So let's go with Kingdom Indonesia. Let's go with Indonesia. And let's end this one. Call to arms request from the Canadian Commonwealth. Against their enemies, Denmark. Allies, Caribbean Federation. Yeah, sure. We'll go against Denmark. The Danes. Air wings with no mission. Well, there's not really much to do. Speaking of which, called an Australasian Confederation as our ally. Okay. Let's get all of our air forces, except for the ones on the plains, and we need naval bombers. Okay. And let's immediately get rid of them, so that we can deploy them wherever we need them. But right now, we don't really need to help in this war. We're just there for moral support at the moment. Are you feeling it, England? Our positive vibes? Crisis on the Danube. Austrian Empire declared war on Hungary, so things did not go as well this time. Despite the victory of the Weltkrieg, the Austro-Hungarian Empire appeared to be bound to collapse, the Augsburg Leech retaining that role. The one that we need to be this part. Many have put high hopes in the Augsburg of 1937 to preserve the monarchy, but it appears that all diplomacy has failed. Hungary and Austria have separated and even gone into conflict with one another. A war that is bound to affect any and all autonomous territories of the empire. Europe is never going to be calm. Alright. Italian Federation declared war. Austrian Empire declared war on everybody. Light Tank 2 is done. Okay, and let's see what this event is. With the American Civil War in full swing. Yep. Their former protectorate of the tiny Republic of Liberia has approached us with a request for diplomatic and military protection, as they feel the US is no longer able to grant them this. How shall we answer? Yes, the Liberians will be useful allies. Liberia becomes a puppet. They are unprotected, seize their lands. Gets Liberia under attack. Declares war on Liberia. Well, we do not want them. Yeah, we'll take them as a free puppet. Really, let's see. They could only have 4 factories. Yeah, we'll just take them as a puppet. For free. Yeah, they have 3 factories. American Union State declared war on the Combined Syndicalists of America. American Union State declared war on the United States. Second American Civil War. Oh, and we need to switch out for the new light tanks. And we need to get some new research going. So, what do we want? We are in 37, so we want new industry. So let's get the construction up. United States declared war. Algerian war industry. Now let's begin the Saharan census and inventory. Get those resources so we stop having to trade civilian factories away. And let's get so we're getting the towed artillery going. And we have 2 more to go. So let's get some planes. We don't have really naval carrier naval bomber. Yeah, that's what we want. Are we really gonna be using an Air Force this game? I think it's more important that we get some more infantry equipment. Because if I look at here, it is infantry equipment and light tanks that are causing the bottleneck. So let's get one in infantry equipment and one in light tanks production. Alright, now let's see what we need. We need steel. Let's go with the Russian Republic. And then we need tungsten. Let's go with Portugal. Okay. Oh, and that's all that there is for this episode. So thank you for watching, guys. This is a new series, so please like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, but it really helps grow the channel. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.